right, thanks for tuning in. This is Bobby Garza. We're right here at Rax Billiards in Sanford, Florida. This is the third annual Meucci Event Classic. We got Mario He and Jeffrey DeLuna. Mario He is a 807 Fargo, and Jeffrey DeLuna is a 797. So as you can tell, these two players are really close, world champions. And like I said before, you guys are going to be in for a really great match. And it looks like Mario, he's won the lag, so he's going to have the first break. Yeah, this is an annual event that we do every year. We got about 15 different countries here from all over the world.
These are all professionals?
Yeah, these are all professionals. And I'm running a pay-per-view live stream.
I see you guys doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess it must be nice to see. When does this end? Is it like an open?
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it started yesterday.
So you're going to be all night with the tournament?
We'll be here probably till, well,
we
it's
won't
8.
be able to play no fluid today.
There might be a couple of tables open. She should be
like
joined.
to the public?
Probably. Well, it's both tournament, but if there's a table open somewhere, she might rent it out. You have to ask the bar.
Okay, ask the bar.
Yeah, I don't work here.
Okay.
I'm just doing the streaming. All right, here we go. I had to take care of a couple of walk-in customers here. So, all right, not sure what I missed, but it doesn't look like too much. We're playing cat and mouse here with the one ball, I see. And Jeffrey DeLuna rolls that ball right up on the back of the 7, and I think it might be frozen. So Mario's going to have to come with a really good shot here. Being that it's that close to the rail, I don't expect Mario He to hit this ball really hard. This is kind of one of my favorite shots. I like to go one rail at this one and try to tap it on this side of the ball and leave it tied up with the 9 ball. And that's pretty much what he's trying to do. And he misses the whole ball going into it and giving Jeffrey DeLuna ball in hand because even though he did make contact with the 1, but he did not get a rail after contact. Had he hit the 1 ball first and then the rail, then that would have been a legit shot. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And Jeffrey DeLuna comes to the table with ball in hand on the 1, and he's sitting pretty nice here for a good run out. Everything really getting on the 2 ball is about the most difficult part of this game or this layout here. And he's got ball in hand, so that should tell you something right there. Play the 1 in the side pocket, roll all the way up, 2 in the corner, 4 in the side. And depending on the angle that he gets on the 4 ball, he'll play the 5 in the side or the 5 in the corner. I would assume the 5 in the corner. He'd like to get straight in on the 5. He'd like to get close to straight in on the 4 so he doesn't have to move the cue ball too much. And he didn't quite get there, so he'll be slow rolling this ball, probably with a ton of right English. And the reason why I say a ton of right English, that gives him the ability. That gives him the ability to hit this 4 ball as fat as he possibly can and let the spin of the cue ball throw it the rest of the way. And that will keep the travel down on the cue ball. He'll probably, he's going to try to get, the speed is really key here. So he's going to bounce off the 4. He's going to aim it towards the point right here and let the spin throw it in. That way his cue ball should drift pretty much right here. Straight in with the 5 is what he's looking at doing. As you can tell, it went right there into that point, and look where he's at, right there on the circle. So he's got a nice line here. He'll draw this ball straight back, and he'd love to get anywhere where the cue ball is right now for this line here for the 6 ball. So he had a small angle to it, so he wasn't able to draw it straight back, but he's going to be okay here. He's going to hit this ball with high as he shoots the 6 ball over here. He hits it with straight top English. He should clip the 7 and push the 7 towards this pocket. So he's not going to hit this very hard at all, just like so. And he probably got a little straight in on the 7 ball, but I don't think it really matters a whole lot. He's not that straight in, so he's got a small angle. He can just he can slide this cue ball straight over. If he wants to get frisky with it like Mika Immonen did earlier, he'll draw it straight back. All right, so he liked the first option. And he barely gets past this. Wow, he barely gets past the 9-ball. It's very fortunate he didn't get stuck here, or did he? Or did he get stuck here? He's going back to get a closer look at it. The edge of the 9-ball might have him just a little bit. He's looking again, so he might just have enough room. So at least now he's so straight, he'll be able to draw this ball back. I won't expect him to draw it more than 2 feet. And if he does, he's going to end up on top of it. And he's very fortunate that he's not slap dab on top of it. So now he'll probably just jack up just a little bit and just kind of spear it just a little bit with a left English. Send the cue ball into the to the side rail, and that left English is going to bring it back anywhere in this vicinity. He could get it, could get better. I don't really expect him to hit this too hard. Just like so. Didn't think he was going to do a whole lot with it. So it works out according to my graph. He didn't even do as much as I had drawn out for him. All right, here you go. Jeffrey DeLuna gets the first game. Leads the match 1-0 over Mario He, and he has the break. So he could capitalize on this break and take a 2-game lead on Mario He. He's going to be feeling pretty good after this rack, so let's see what he does. Also, I failed to mention one of our other sponsors, and that would be White Carbon. My apologies. White Carbon, you guys can look them up. I would assume on Facebook. You need any more details on White Carbon, please contact Carlos Sanchez. I believe he's got something going on with those guys as well. So anything from the sponsors, if you guys need any more details or whatnot for any of the sponsors running the Meucci Classic here, please reach out to Carlos Sanchez. He will definitely be the man to speak with. Carlos Sanchez Promotions. All right, so here we go. Jeffrey DeLuna to break. Rack number 2, leading this match over Mario He, 1-0. See what kind of break that Jeffrey's going to make here. It's about the same line, I guess, that I would usually break from, except I can't break from the middle of the table like he is. The difference here is they're really crunching this break. Solid hit. Cue ball usually stops in the middle of the table. In this case, he hits it off center, and that would explain why he didn't. I don't believe he made anything, or maybe he did. Yeah, I don't see the 2-ball on the table, so Jeffrey definitely made something. Yeah, he made the 2-ball. So Jeffrey, very fortunate to have any kind of shot on this 1-ball. So I kind of expect Jeffrey, with the power stroke that he has, to draw this ball like so. Super draw. I don't expect him to roll forward on this ball at all. So I believe he can just draw this ball, miss the 6-ball, go to the side rail and back out to where my circle is here. That would be here. It's not the greatest of drawing, but it gets it done. Let's see Jeffrey DeLuna's power stroke. He's shooting it with an open bridge, so usually when you see him shoot with an open bridge, that usually doesn't mean power. So that was more of a finesse shot, and he played it quite well. He hits the face of the 3. I'm not really sure if he was trying to make the 3 as well, but I really expected him to power draw that ball to the side rail. I know he's got the stroke because I've seen it done plenty times. So I believe the 6-ball is just enough out of the way for him to go by and make the 3 in the corner. And he'll probably spin this ball 2 rails and try to get straight in on the 4 and the side. All right, that looks pretty good. It's got the perfect angle. And more than likely, I'm pretty sure the ball goes past the 9 here. He's going to come over and look at it just to make sure. So if it does go, he'll just be sliding this ball like so. It needs to be somewhere in this vicinity. Draw action. Now he went forward instead. There's nothing wrong with that. He still got the same line I drew out. I think he didn't quite go far enough though. But if he's straight in, all he's really got to do is just draw the ball back a few inches. He'd like to get kind of straight in on the 6 ball so he can just draw it straight back for the 7. And that's exactly how he plays it. So I believe he's dead perfect on the 3 ball now. I'm on the 6 ball now, so he'll draw it back about a foot, maybe 1.5 feet, at least a foot for sure. Try to get straight in on the 7 ball. That way the 8 is sitting there, and he'll play the 8 in the opposite pocket. He has a small angle, so he's going to go to the top rail and back up. He doesn't want a whole lot of angle on this ball, and he definitely don't want to be on top of the 9. And I think he just, I don't think he can get around that 9 ball. I think he rode his ball a little too far, and he's going to be forced to kick at this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he can hit the 7 ball, so he's going to be looking at playing it safe, and he's going to call the 9 ball just in case. If he plays it perfect, like right here, it's going to go towards the 9. I believe he will be playing this with a little bit of speed, at least try to get the 7 ball to the end rail, like so. And he hit the opposite side of the 7 ball. But you can see if he'd hit the right side, it would have went somewhere where the cue ball just went. Either way, Mario, he comes to the table with a extreme difficult shot here. I mean, not only is the shot kind of tough, but position, I'm pretty sure the 7 ball is too close to the side pocket here to really do anything with it. Yeah, so he may be forced to go 1 rail or 2 rails and try to kick this 7 ball in. Otherwise, he can try to bank it. He can try to bank this ball. He can cross corner safety. He's got a couple. You know, nothing's good. I mean, if he wants to go offensive, I think he's going to have to bank this ball cross corner. And the line on this is not sitting pretty by no means. So he might send this cue ball or this 7 ball 4 rails and send the cue ball to the top. All right, so he's just playing a containing safety. He needs to slow down, and that went a little too far for him. So Jeffrey's got a very long, difficult straight in. And this is one of those shots that Jeffrey doesn't mind taking this kind of shot on. He's not frozen to the rail. So I think Jeffrey's best option here is just to hit this ball with straight top English and go ahead and send the cue ball 2 rails. Anything past the 10 ball will be great. And I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to do. I don't expect him to slow roll this ball by any means. 2 rail position for the 8 in the bottom left corner. And there you have it. How'd he hit it, folks? That's superb. Nicely done there by Jeffrey DeLuna. I think we should see that again. 2 rail position for the 8 in the bottom left corner. That is a really good shot. How'd he hit it, folks? A lot of people out there don't really know how difficult that shot really is. To be able to put that amount of top English on the ball and still maintain accuracy. And he's like almost perfectly straight on this 8 ball. Look at that. Cue ball hardly moved anywhere. That's how straight he got on that shot. All right, back to the center of the table. 10 ball in the upper right corner. Nope, he drifts it down and plays the 10 in the side. And that's just a personal preference there, ladies and gentlemen. There's really no right way or wrong way of playing position for the 10 ball when it's in the middle of the table. That's why they make 6 pockets. It's up to you which one you want to set up for. Jeffrey chose the side pocket, and there you have it. Takes a 2-game lead over Mario He, and Mario has to break. This is 10 ball. Call all pockets. Call all pockets. 3 foul rules in effect, alternate breaks. Everything else is pretty much standard. This is winner's bracket action, so this is race to 9. There's Carlos going right there. Carlos Sanchez still in the building. All right, so Mario he needs to make sure he pulls off a really good break here. Make something on a break and hopefully have a shot at the lowest numbered ball to stay alive here and try to get something, make something happen. So Mario he to break, rack number 3, trailing the match 0-2 under Jeffrey DeLuna. And I'm not seeing anything go in just yet. 2 ball, there we go. 2 ball goes in, and the one comes out. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a shot on it. Mario's going to have to play a good safety here, and I expect him to roll this 1 ball forward. So I expect him to roll it here, try to get it here in this vicinity, and he's going to try to float the cue ball right here. Now it's very key for Mario to get this cue ball as tightly snug as possible on top of this 5 ball. Now he could send the cue ball into the rail and really try to lock him up and put the cue ball right here. If he puts the cue ball right there, Jeffrey DeLuna is going to be in a world of hurt. So let's see what he tries to do. Wow, I did not think that ball went. I really don't think that ball went, and that's probably why it didn't go. Mario didn't make it, especially hitting it as hard as he did hit it. That tightens up the pocket even more when you're shooting it from that long of a distance. So Jeffrey DeLuna comes to the table with a very simple shot on the 1, and look what he does. He doesn't hit it hard enough, and now he's hooked behind the 8 ball. I don't think he can touch this ball, but he's looking like he can. So he's going to be looking at playing safety. He's going to need to get this 3 ball to bounce, though, when he does hit it. You'd like to get it to bounce here because the cue ball is going to be going here. Looks like he hit that ball with a ton of inside. You see how it straightened up there on the end rail? Yeah, that didn't go anywhere according to plan, according to DeLuna. So Mario, he's going to get a little bit of a reprieve here. Just got to bear down and make this 3 and get position on the 4. It looks like it goes past the 7, and apparently it does because that's what he set up for. I think he might have got it the wrong angle, so if he did, he'll probably have to stop the ball right there and take the cut shot on the 5. So let's see how this lays out for him. Yeah, he got dead straight on the 4, so he's going to have to take the cut shot. All right, so he's kind of just taking what the table's going to give him. He's going to cut the 5 in the corner, come all the way here, all the way back here, and he'd love to get anywhere in this vicinity. 1, 2 rails, and he hits 3 rails. It's all the same. He gets the cue ball where he needs to. That's all that matters. And I believe he's got a little bit of angle on this, so he'll be forced to send this cue ball to the rail, like so. He doesn't really care if he gets straight in on this 7 ball or not. Oh, he's shooting it with draw, so he must be straight in. Close enough. All right, just stun this ball over. He's got plenty of options here. He didn't like the stun. There's nothing wrong with that either. It's another personal preference here. Meaning you got more than one option, so whatever you favor the most, you can get the most out of is the way you're going to go. So he'll follow this ball up and try to get straight on the 9, and gets dead perfect. So I don't expect Jeffrey to get back to the table this time. They go one rail back out to the center, just like so. And Mario, he's going to get his first game down. And there you have it. Jeffrey DeLuna's got the break. Hey guys, it seems like I lost my mic again on the pool table, so it looks like I need to go change the batteries out in my wireless microphone up there. Let's see. Let's hear this break and see what happens. I'm pretty sure my batteries just went out. Actually, wait a minute. Nope, my batteries went out in the receiver end, right here at the desk. So here we go. Jeffrey DeLuna to break. Rack number 4. Leading this match 2-1 over Mario He. It's weird how Jeffrey, I swear he gets so still on his break, it looks like the screen freezes. That's how solid he is on his break. He's like pinpoint, wanting to hit this ball a certain way. He will pause it. Really, it seems like for 10 seconds, and I'm pretty sure it's not that long, but it sure seems that way sometimes. It's like you gotta re-look and make sure you see anybody moving around, or else you think the screen had frozen. But it's not frozen. That's him that's frozen. All right, long shot here on the 4 ball. The good thing about this is if he makes this ball, I don't think there's a scratch involved here. So all he got to do is just roll this ball. Very high English, and he's going to get great shape on the 6 ball. I think he's taking a breather here and making sure everybody's that's going to be walking around in front of him is not. And as you can tell, my mic just turned on for the table. You guys should be able to hear the table a lot better now, because my mic that I'm using here at the for the stream is about 60 feet away from the pool table. So at least now you should be able to hear the balls. If the players say anything, you should hear them as well. All right, high English, make this 4. Drift the cue ball up table. Doesn't really matter where it goes. 6 ball's close enough to the pocket. Just got to make this ball in. Look at Jeffrey's head. It's no movement whatsoever. And this is how you shoot that good. Superb shot by Jeffrey DeLuna after the break. What does he make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He makes 4 balls on the break. Long, difficult shot from the rail at that, and cinches it. Jeffrey's playing pretty good. All right, so here we go. He's going to take this 7 ball in the corner, or he's going to opt for the 7-9 combo. The combo is a little off-centered, so he elects to take the straight in on the 7 ball itself, which is probably a good way to do that. Stun this ball. Won't be going too far with it. Oh, wow. I do believe Jeffrey kind of jumped up a smidget bit on that shot. He didn't stay down like he usually does. I told you to commentate.
I also want to do a solo.
I need a break. It doesn't matter. You want to talk, you can talk. There's a mic right there. It's up to you. All right, so Jeffrey made that error, and Mario, he's going to make him pay for it. And this is going to be to tie the ball game up. And Jeffrey had, wow, such a great break Jeffrey just had. And to give that away, very, very unfortunate for Jeffrey. I really expected him to cinch that 7 ball, especially after making that very difficult shot on the 4 ball. All right, here we go. Looking at a hill thriller here. After that error by Jeffrey DeLuna, Mario he ties this ball game up at 2-2, and he's breaking. This could be a turn of the table right here. Mario he breaking rack number 5. Trying to make something happen. Good break. Anything gonna go in? Oh, there we go. 4 ball drops. And I believe the 2 ball is just far enough where Mario, he's going to have a cut shot here on the 1 ball. He's going to have a super thin cut shot. That means that the cue ball is really going to take off on him. So it's going to be a difficult to hold this ball for the 2 in the side. Don't really think it goes past the 8, so he's probably going to be forced to go a couple rails with this shot. And he doesn't like it, so you see what he's doing there, making sure he gives Jeffrey DeLuna a hard time here for missing that 7 ball. So Jeffrey's going to come to the table with the short cue, so we're looking at an aerial attack here. And Jeffrey's definitely one of the best, along with Jesus Atencio, when it comes to jump shots. Not only are these guys a favorite to make the shot, or to hit the ball, but they're a favorite to make it and get position. So let's see if I talk Jeffrey DeLuna up too much here. See how he works this cue ball out. So he's basically lining up the shot like he's making a normal shot, which is kind of what I do. You notice when he does that, he does not move his bridge hand. All he does is just jack up and put the cue on the bridge hand, and that way he does not move his line. And he hits it. He hits it really good. He's going to need a good roll here, and I think he just got there. Don't believe the 1 goes past the 3 in the corner pocket. So Jeffrey definitely got a very nice roll here. And Mario, he's going to be looking at playing some kind of safety. I don't think he can hit it soft enough to keep the cue ball behind the 3, so he's probably going to bank the 1 ball 2 rails. Oh, wow, I did not think he had room to make that ball, and he did. Hits it really good. Gets a little too far past the 2, so Mario's going to be looking at cutting this ball in the side pocket with high right English. High right English, that's going to send the cue ball here. And then the right's going to take it back up here. He just misses the 9 ball, and that's a pretty good shot there by Mario he. And now we're looking at the 5 ball. And if I had to guess, I mean, I don't think he's straight in, so he's probably going to have to pound this ball. He could draw it and run into the 7. Or you could put some super spin on it and go 3 rails with the cue ball. That's a nice shot there. That's a very nice shot. And he's looking at taking this thin cut on the 6 ball. I don't know why he wouldn't do high English on this one as well. The tables, we just went through a hurricane, so the tables are gripping really hard right now. So really, I think you don't have to hit it that hard because the rails are still a little on the boingy side from all the humidity over the last couple of days. but I believe he can shoot this shot right here. But he's hitting with bottom English, and he is going to take this thin cut shot on the 6. I didn't really think he could hold it that much, but he did. All right, so now we're looking at thinning this ball and probably coming just like so. He just misses the 10 ball. Good speed, good line, and he's going to have to do it again, it looks like, because he went a little too far once again on this position for the 7. So this time, he could do it either way. He could do the exact same shot if he wanted to, or he can just spin it around the 10 ball, which is what he does. I like that shot too, either way. So he's got a little straight in on this ball. He's, I think the 10 ball's in the way. If the 10 ball's in the way, he's going to punch this ball. He'll hit it pretty hard to get it back out here. He's got a couple of options here. He seems to like the forward spin, so he could go out this direction. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Just like so. Yeah, so now he's straight in, so he'll stop. He'll roll his cue ball right here, sending the 9 this way. Yeah, he's perfectly straight in here on the 10. Mario, he's looking at taking rack number 5 and getting the lead for the first time over Jeffrey DeLuna. This is a race to 9, so we got a lot of pool left to go in this match. I expect to go heel on this. We are using the Outsville template rack, as you can see. Makes for a great rack. Whole lot better than the triangle racks, because especially when the tables are definitely broken in for at least I would say 2 months now, and very difficult to get a nice tight rack after all the public's been playing on the pool tables. At least with the template rack, that gives you the ability to make sure you get a nice tight rack. Playing the 7 and the 9 in the side pockets. Let's see how he does. There goes the 7, and the 9 just misses, and the 1 always seems to come up towards that corner pocket. So this is a very nice layout for Jeffrey DeLuna. So he'll be spinning his 1 ball here. I would assume he's probably going to get over here, only because he's got such a thin cut here on the 1 ball. His goal is just to get it past this 4 ball. He gets it just past the 4 ball, he's going to be golden. And it doesn't matter if he gets straight in on a 3 or not. He just wants to get a decent shot. And I'm not really sure if that's, I don't think he was trying to hit that 8 ball, but either way, he's got a nice shot here on the 3. And once again, it depends on personal preference. I actually like hitting this ball high. You can hit it high or low. Like I said, it's a personal preference. He's going low, it looks like, so he's coming out here with this way with it. Okay, he's coming all the way back with it. I don't really expect to see him leaving himself jacked up like so. That's why I figured he would just go out to the center of the table rather than all the way over there. But either way, he only has to slow roll this ball and get perfectly straight on the 5, and that way he can just slow roll it for the 6. So he's got a tic-tac-toe out now after getting that position on the 4 ball. There's nothing to worry about here. Jeffrey DeLuna shouldn't have a problem finishing this rack. Probably play 2-rail position on the 9 ball to get to the 10. If I was to look ahead, I would say this is where he's going to want to be for the 10 ball. So you roll the 6 forward a little bit, and he'll probably hit the rail. This is one of those shots that you want to get used to rolling into the rail. That way you know you're not going to leave yourself on it, and that way it's a lot easier to judge the bounce off of it when you know you're running into the rail. And he's got dead perfectly straight on this ball, just like I figured he would. He might stun it out to the right, maybe a couple inches, but the key is to leave that angle that he's on it right now. That way he can go a natural 2 to 3 rail position for the 10 ball where my circle is. And he got a little more angle on that 8 ball than I anticipated, so now he's straight. So being that he's straight, he won't be playing the 10 ball in that corner, he'll be playing the 10 ball in the opposite corner. Drawing this ball straight back. Right here would be ideal. See how good his stroke and speed is. And he's a little short. And I don't mean that literally. But he's a great shooter. 797 Fargo. Should not have a problem making this 10 ball to tie this ball game up at 3 to 3. And there you have it, folks. I swear we're looking at a hill thriller here. Eventually we'll get there. Here we go, Mario Hita break, rack number 7. Tied up ball game here, Jeffrey DeLuna. Let's check out this break. Hit it absolutely perfect. 4 ball goes in, 2 ball hangs up in the pocket, and the 10 is blocking the 1. This is going to be the difference in this match. Who's going to get the more opportunities after the break? That's usually how it boils down to when you're looking at this caliber of player. So Mario, he's going to be looking at pushing out, and I don't really see him pushing out to anything other than a kick shot. So now he's looking at pushing out for a jump shot. And I don't think I would be pushing out for a jump shot to one of the best jumpers out there. So I really expect him to just put the cue ball like right here, leave it behind the 10, and have Jeffrey just kick at it. But I got a feeling whoever takes the first shot is probably going to have the worst of it. Everything else is kind of wide open, so this is where I make majority of my mistakes, is deciding the right thing to do to start the rack off, because the first ball after the break is always going to be your hardest decision in making the right shot. And I'm not really sure how well Mario he jumped, but I think Jeffrey DeLuna is probably going to give this back. Yeah, I don't expect. Yeah, he's sizing the shot up. I don't really expect him to take it on. I mean, there is a reward if you do, as far as making it's concerned. If you don't make this, you're selling out. So, and Jeffrey DeLuna knows that. So he's going to relinquish the pressure and put it back onto Mario He. And Mario He immediately goes for the short cue, So we're definitely looking at an aerial attack. And like I said, there is a reward if you make this ball. It's going to be very unfortunate to not have a shot on this 2 ball that's really, really close to the pocket. I mean, you could end up behind the 5. You could end up behind the 7. If you hit it really bad, you could end up behind the 6 and the 8. There's a lot of stuff that could go wrong, and there's only one thing that can go right, and that's make this ball and get to the middle of the table. Like so. There you go. Mario, he had a good playing there, and it paid off. Makes a super shot here. Should have got an instant replay, but I think it's too late now. I'll see just for shits and giggles. Yeah, I just missed it. My bad. So anyhow, Mario, he's got a nice cut shot here on the 2. So right now he's looking at drawing this ball around the 7. It looked awfully thin, but like I said, the table's playing pretty. How can you say this? The ball's turning really tight, so he can very well get past this 7 ball. If he doesn't like it, he'll go between the 9 and 7. And he seems to like it. It needs to slow down. And I don't think it slowed down. I believe Mario, he's going to be hooked behind this 10 ball. See if we can get a better angle on it. Oh, well, actually, yeah, I think he is hooked just a little bit. So Mario, he's going to be forced to go 1 rail and try to cut this ball in 1 rail. Because I don't believe he can see all this ball. At least see enough to make it. Now, it's possible he can get behind this ball and kick it 3 rails and just freeze the cue ball right there where that little marble is on the table there. If he can stop the cue ball dead in its tracks. Oh, he did have an open shot at that ball. Okay, so the 10 ball was not in the way. So that works out really good for Mario He. And don't think he got straight enough on this 5 ball to draw it straight back for the combo. If he did, he will draw it straight back. But if not, I believe he's going to be forced to slide the cue ball over right in this vicinity. But if he's straight in, he'll just draw it straight back, right about where the cue ball is now. So let's see what he decides to do with this. Looked like he's going straight draw. So he's going to try to draw it back right where it is now. Oh, he went high English. Okay, so he's a turn and burn kind of guy. And he got absolutely dead perfect on this combination here. So really all he's got to do is just float the cue ball to the rail and shoot the 6 in the same pocket. Like so, and he's going to take the lead. I'm assuming that he's going to take the lead once again here on Jeffrey DeLuna to go up 4-3. Which one? There's not a camera on that table. No, it's pointing at this one. They got surveillance. I don't know if there's a camera on the table. There might be. Are you missing something? Oh. I would assume you have to get with Pedro on that. This is his play, so I don't know. All right, so sorry I got a little interrupted there. So Mario, he is making his way through this rack. Didn't quite get the perfect position on the 9, but it is doable. It'll work until he learns better. He'll just cinch this ball in and run it down for the 10 in the side, and he gets a pretty good shape on this ball. All right, Jeffrey DeLuna to break. Trailing this match 3-4 against Mario He. Racing to 9. Winners bracket action. See what Jeffrey DeLuna's break looks like. He made 4 on the break last time. Didn't get through the rack. So let's see what he does this time. Look how still he is. Solid break. And I know he makes at least one ball. And he's hitting dead perfect on the one in the side pocket. And it looks like he's got the perfect line here. Go forward past that 5 and 7. Anywhere in this vicinity. Yep, right about where he's pointing at. He'd like to get that straight in on the 2 as well, so he's not trying to get any further than my circle that I've drawn out here. If he does that, then he'll be sitting where all he has to do is just stun this 2 ball in and stun the 3 ball in and stun the 4 ball in. Did he get there? He almost got about where he was pointing his Q-tip at, so that must be right where he wants to get. All right, so he's happy with the layout, so here we go. He'll just stun this ball in and slide it a few inches and do the same thing for the 3 ball. It's almost like a drill. Same thing with the 4 ball. Slide it over, and they'll be shooting the 5 in the side, 7 in the other side, and it's going to be pretty much a tick-toe out. The toughest shot's going to be going from the 8 to the 9. So he's got dead perfect on this 4 ball. He'll scoot this 4 ball in and just run his cue ball right there. Like I said, he'd like to try to get straight in on this 5. That way all you got to do is roll this right into the pocket and leave his cue ball somewhere in this vicinity on the 5 ball. Just like so. And I believe he's got the perfect line. If he doesn't, well, he might not. He might have to scoot this cue ball into the 7. He's looking at it now. If he has a small angle, it looks like he does. He's going to be pushing this 7 ball slightly towards that side pocket that he's going to be shooting it in. So let's see how he hits it. I think he's just going to kind of stun this. So he did rub the 7 ball. He was hoping to rub it just a little bit thicker than that. But Jeffrey's going to be okay. He's going to cut this ball in the corner. Yeah, he's going to cut it in the corner and just slide his cue ball over here. He's going high with it, so he's going it over here. Doesn't look like he can do that, but okay, so yeah, he does. Nice shot there. All right, here we go. Bottom left English. With this particular angle, if he's trying to make the 9 ball here, he's coming this way with the cue ball. But no, he's not doing that. He's going high right. So he's coming over here with the cue ball. If he's going to hit it like that, he should have went ahead and just bring it on around. Either way, he's kind of like in a tweener right here. So he's really going to have to really focus on the cue ball here to make sure he doesn't run into the 10. I think he can run this cue ball. I'm not sure if he can get around the 10 ball or not, to be honest. So he's looking at drawing into the 10 ball. If he's going to do that, he's not going to hit this very hard because he's going to want that 10 ball to stay close to the corner. So he's going to slow roll this shot and just barely nudge the 10. Like so, and he didn't hit the 10 ball as fat as he wanted to hit. And that's going to force him to have a bank shot, a back cut bank shot at that. This is one of those shots where, you know, I'm not a very good banker, so I'm always playing the bank short. I'm anticipating missing the bank, which I do this a lot, and I know I shouldn't, but I'm anticipating missing the bank primarily to make sure it stays right here when I do miss. But these guys are not playing it that way. These guys are all in, which is probably what I need to learn a little bit more of. All in with the shot, no doubt, and no negative thinking. No what if this or what if that. You go all in, play the shot. That's exactly what Jeffrey DeLuna just did. And he takes it down, ties his ball game up once again, 4-4 with Mario He. And Mario's got the break. This is alternate break. Rack your own. All ball fouls. He must call every shot. Solid break. Did anything go in? I'm not seeing anything. All right, dry break by Mario He. And we have a beautiful shot lined up here on the one ball. And Jeffrey DeLuna is going to have to get this ball just past the 8 ball, and he'll have a perfect shot on the 3. Don't hit the point. Oh, caught the point. So much for the perfect shot. It was headed past the 8 ball. Unfortunately, he puts a lot of jism on that cue ball and forced it to the rail like that. I really expected him to just come straight up table. Even if he ran into the 8 ball, he would have had I would assume he would have had a decent shot at the 2 ball. Now he's looking at a jump shot. I don't expect him to kick at this ball. 10 balls in the way. I mean, he could go 2 rails around the 3-6, but I expect him to jump this ball. If he jumps this ball and makes it, cue ball more than likely is going to swing around at least a couple of rails and possibly get something here on the 3. He might even be able to hit the back of the 10 and hold the cue ball there. And he's going for the short cue, so we're looking at an aerial attack here once again, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Knocked my microphone down. I have a beautiful woman coming in the stream booth here, and, well, got me going crazy over here. What can I say? All right, so anywho, Mario He at the table. Looks like we got us a jump shot. Oh, a bank shot. Play it a 2-way. And so much for the 2-way. Not really sure what he was thinking on that. Looked like it was all in on the bank. All right, so DeLuna's got still got his work cut out for him. I believe he can hit this ball with high English. If he can hit this ball with high English, he's going to be sending the cue ball this direction. He'd like it to get right here for the 3 ball. I don't need any ice. Yeah, thank you. Are you cold or what? That's a first. All right, so let's see. DeLuna's looking at something else here for the side. All right, so I see what he's got going on. He's planning on playing a billiard here, kissing the 2 off the 8 into the side pocket. It's really asking for a lot. I don't know why. If he plays the 2 directly into the side pocket without touching the 8, he should get enough deflection off the 2 with the cue ball to slide right past that 8 ball. And then if he puts the right spin on it, it should send it right here. So, but when you play straight pull, these guys run hundreds at a time. This is not really that far-fetched for him. All right, sorry about that, folks. Got a little distracted here once again. It's easily to do for me. All right, so Jeffrey's got nice shape here on the 4 ball, and doesn't look like the 5 doesn't go anywhere except for on the side. So he's going to have to. This is where these pros are really good at this. They'll hit this ball, kind of stun it, and then let the cue ball drift about 1 ball's width forward, and that's about it. So you'll see these guys, he won't be slow rolling this ball. If nothing else, he'll just do a stun shot. But these guys hit this so well, or the cue ball will only roll like 1 ball's width forward, and that will leave him perfectly straight in on the 5, which he would love to be. And that'll make easy position for the 6 ball. And we still have, I believe the 7 ball does not go past the 9. So we still have that. Well, actually it does look like it goes past the 9. So let's see the cue ball roll. One ball width forward. All right, and that's pretty much the same thing. I didn't expect him to hit a rail, but it didn't look like he was, didn't look like he had that shot to hit the rail, but he did. And nevertheless, he hits it dead perfect. So I don't really see him having any issues here. He'll just roll this forward. And I believe the 7 ball does go past the 9, and that's why he doesn't give himself too much angle on this 6 ball. So he's going to be looking at drilling this 6 ball, coming into the side rail and back out here. Oh, yeah, his back arm was a little weak on that. That looked really funny. Let's see that again. That certainly looked. 6 ball coming into the side rail and back out here. It's like he didn't go. Yeah, his back arm was. He didn't go all the way forward with his stroke. Did like a little time delay there, and it cost him position. He's looking at his cue like he miscued or something, and he may have, but I just don't think he stroked it pure that time. Now he's working on his tip. So he's definitely Well, I guess that's probably the best way to do it. Blame the cue, not the arm. So now we got the cue fixed. So we're looking at extreme back cut here on the 7 ball, and it does go past the 9. So all he has to do is make this ball. It almost doesn't matter where the cue ball gets as long as he doesn't end up underneath the 10 ball. So to get your most accurate shot here is you just slow roll this ball with a little bit of spin. And if you don't really like it, you're forced to play a safety here behind the 9. So you'll just shoot this ball up table and try to get the cue ball to drift behind the 9. I really expect Jeffrey DeLuna to back cut this ball in. It's not really that extreme of a back cut, so he's not really going to worry about his cue ball. The cue ball is going to end up in the middle of the table. I believe he will hit it with a little bit of left English. That'll help throw the ball in the pocket, and that'll send the cue ball naturally 2 rails back out here to the center of the table. And it will go at a slow pace. I don't expect him to go all the way around the table like a wild man. So let's see what he does here. He's definitely taking his time. It almost looked like he's hitting reverse English, like inside. I don't know why he would be hitting it like that. Now he went the same way, but he did go all the way around the table. And the only ball down there on that end of the table, and he hit it. So he wanted to make sure if he was going that direction, he was definitely not going to be stuck behind that ball. So he went ahead and ran into it. So not a bad shot here. So there's a couple of ways here that people like to shoot this shot. Hit this ball with high inside English and just straighten it up. Stiffen it up, which is what he's doing. It looks like he's doing. And the other guys will hit it with bottom left and spin it 2 rails and leave it in the middle of the table. So he chooses to hit it with a high inside. I like that shot too. That's a tough shot to do on new felt though. All right, Jeffrey DeLuna takes the lead once again. Leading this match 5-4 over Mario He. Wow, this place is absolutely packed. All right, here we go. Jeffrey DeLuna to break. Rack number 10, leading this match 5-4 over Mario He. This is 10 ball. Call all shots. 10 does not count on the break in the bottom 2 corners. And it's all ball fouls. Yeah, right. Look how still he is. That is crazy. You don't see that too often. Don't really see much of an issue here. You just hit this ball with high English. Doesn't matter if you run into the 4. You should clip it in a way where it's going to push you towards the 2 ball. But he didn't want to touch anything. And there's nothing wrong with this shot here either. So they'll hit this with a touch of draw and just send it straight out to the center of the table and play the 3 in the same pocket. So the 4 ball, I'm not really sure if it goes past the 5. I don't think it does. No, it certainly does not. So he'll be playing the 2, 3, and the 4, more than likely in the same pockets. And he's got the perfect line on the 3 to get over there for the 4. So really the toughest shot here is going to be going from the 5 to the 6. If he gets the perfect angle on the 6, that's going to leave him a nice 2-rail position for the 7 in the opposite corner of where the 6 is going to go. Definitely can't ask for any better position than this. So, all right, so he's wanting to run his cue ball down a little bit and take a 2-rail position for the 6 ball. So basically, how I see it, how he's pointing right there, he wants the cue ball to run right here. That way, from here, this is what's going to happen on the 5. 5 goes there, cue ball goes here, here, back out here. So he's got the cue ball pretty much pinpoint on my circle here. So I believe he's probably going to, maybe not quite the same line. He's probably going to try to hit somewhere right here. That's going to take him in this vicinity. And that's pretty close to, anyhow, he got where I was talking about. So now he's got a very simple 2-rail position here for the 6 ball to get on the 7. Anything close to straight in is what he's looking for. Just like so. Only if I could shoot as good as I draw, I might be okay at this game. All right, so he's got a little much angle, so he's going to be forced to draw this over to the side rail and back out, which really shouldn't be a problem now. The stroke that Jeffrey DeLuna has, he's got the stroke. He could pull this ball right there. So he's got to be careful not to hit it too low. So it's going to be more of a stun shot with left English. And as you can tell by the way he hit that ball, he didn't want to put too much force into it because he knows what kind of stroke he has. So he settles for the thin cut on the 8 ball, swings this cue ball, 3 rails. He can either get right here. I believe he's going to try to get right here. This is where I would get it off this rail, anywhere in this vicinity. X marks the spot. And that's pretty good. Jeffrey DeLuna, for the first time, I believe, to take a 2-game lead. All right, there you have it, folks. Jeffrey DeLuna takes this rack, pulls ahead 2 racks, 6-4 now, over Mario He. And Mario He's got the break. So he desperately needs a good break here. A good, nice break and run out will pull him within 1 that he desperately needs. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you guys hanging out with me all weekend. You guys can do me a favor and share the stream. I would certainly appreciate it. Still have a lot of good matches to go in this event. And I don't believe this is our last one for the night. We should see at least one more. All right, Mario to break. And I don't believe I see anything went in. So Jeffrey DeLuna is going to come in on this dry break. This time he's not going to have. I don't believe he can make this 1-7 combo. So we can get a better look here. Yeah, he cannot see any of the 1. So I believe he's probably going to push out here. And if it were me, if I was going to push out, I think I would push out right here. Put this 2 ball on the end rail. And leave the cue ball anywhere over here for the push out. And dare him to make this 1-7 combo from that distance. But knowing Jeffrey's probably doesn't want him to have anything. So let's see if Jeffrey's going to try to take on this kick shot and play the 1 in the corner. See what he decides to do. All right, here we go. Looked like he'd be doing something similar to what I just said. All right, close enough. Sir? I don't think there's any tables open, but if there is, you can get it from the bar. I don't work here. All right, so Jeffrey pretty much did something similar to what I was suggesting. Basically, he's daring Mario He to take this shot on. And Mario He pretty much says, no, thank you. So really, I expect Jeffrey DeLuna to cross-bank this 1 ball and get the cue ball back up table. Cross corner bank on the 1, get the cue ball back up table, preferably about where the 10 ball is. Got to make sure he don't double kiss, which he does. And Mario, he's very glad that he gave this back. Now he's got a beautiful shot lined up here on the 1 ball. And more than likely, he is jacked up over the 5, but he's got no choice but to go for this. So he's going to swing his cue ball 3 rails, I would assume. 3 rails. No, he just slow rolls it. It looked like he had a whole lot more angle on that 1 ball than he actually did. Probably should have put it on the side view camera, but either way. So Mario, he accepts the long shot here on the 2 ball. He's going to have to slow roll this ball or stun it forward, one or the other. I believe, well, yeah, he's probably just going to make sure you get off the rail. Well, that's definitely off the rail. And I believe he got it just high enough to thin this ball in and go straight up table. Yeah, it looks like he's perfect on this ball. So I believe he's going to go thin this ball, and he will make sure this time he hits the rail somewhere in this vicinity and then drift up being that the 5 ball is where it is, he's probably going to get a little closer to this. About like so. Getting too good at this game. Well, at least the drawing. All right, so he moves the scoring peg on top of the rail there to make sure we have no interference when it comes to the 5 ball. And here we go. Sitting nice and pretty on the 5. Got to shoot it straight up table. And now he's got the score marker in his pocket. Doesn't want to visually get distracted, which I'm the same way on that. Now just stun this ball. Not going to do too much with the cue ball. Put the little scoring peg back there. There you go. And he's dead perfect on the 6. And I don't expect him to move the cue ball at all. If he does, it'll be because he can't reach it from where it's at. And he's looking at it now. And he's going to realize that he can't, probably can't reach it because he is a right-handed player. So he's probably going to either need to draw the cue ball back so he can reach it, or roll a little bit more forward so he can reach it. And that looks like that's probably what he's going to do. Roll a little bit more forward so he can reach the 7. So when he shoots the 7, he's going to be looking at going this direction with it. So he's still testing his reach. So he knows what's going on here. Now I believe he's going to draw it back. All right, he didn't draw it back. Okay, so he did push it forward a little bit. Here we go. He's coming backwards, it looks like. So he's going to draw the cue ball back about where he's standing right here. Nicely done. And he's got kind of a small angle here, so there's a couple of things that he can do here. So he's looking at drawing it around the 9. I actually kind of like that as well, because the way he's shooting this ball, the cue ball is going to draw right over here. So straight draw is automatically going to slide up, just like so. And he made sure he got the cue ball over there, so now he's got a little bit of a cut shot here, but he's going to be okay. He's going to have to pocket speed this ball to hold position for the 10, unless he wants to take a long shot on the 9 in the bottom left-hand corner pocket there. And that looks like that's what he's looking at doing. So he's going to send the cue ball 2 rails or 3 rails, 3 rails. Might even get the 4th the way it's going. And it's absolutely great shape here for Mario He to get within 1 of Jeffrey DeLuna, going to 9. And there you have it, folks. Score is 5-6, Jeffrey DeLuna. Mario He trailing this match by 1. And it looks like Jeffrey's break. All right, so it appears that I've lost my other table mic, so bear with me, folks. I'm going to go put some new batteries in it, and I'll be right back. There you go, guys. I thought it was awfully quiet there for a minute. Got our table mic back in action. All right, so we had a push out, and Mario, he gave it back. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want this shot. But Jeffrey's pretty good at this jump shot, so I expect him to make this, and cue ball, well, should go up there by the 3. Uncharacteristic for Jeffrey to miss a jump shot like that. All right, so this is a great opportunity for Mario He to tie this ball game up. I don't really see any issues here. Got absolutely perfect on the 3 ball. So he's got a couple of options here. He can force it to the top roll and back out, basically for the 5 in the side pocket here, which looks like he's planning on doing. Like so. Center ball with just a touch of left. It doesn't need much. He's automatically getting a deflection off of the 3 just for cutting it in to the right. So you're going to get a small deflection. So he just needs just a touch of left, not much at all. He could even choose to spin this ball a couple rails. He does have a little bit of room there, which he does. Nevertheless, he gets the cue ball pretty much the same line that I've got lined up for the 5 ball, just a little further away. So he must have a small angle if he's rolling this ball. All right, I didn't expect him to roll it that much, but personal preference. He'll stun this ball to the side rail and back out to the center of the table. I don't expect him to leave it on the side rail, but he could. All right, there he goes, back out to the center of the table. That 8 ball is so deep back there, I hadn't even seen that ball. It's so deep and dark in that corner right there. Luckily, you know, it's got that little white spot on it. You can still see part of the ball there. So, yeah, this is going to be very nice out here from Mario He. Ball in hand makes a world of difference when it comes to this game. All right, he'll just super thin cut the ball, like right here on this side of it, and just drift forward. Oh, not Mario. He's going to get a little fancy with it, spin it on around 2 rails. And again, that's personal preference. You can go either way you want to go with it. He overruns his cue ball on this one. He's going to be okay with it. I mean, we are talking a 797, or actually a 807. My apologies. 807 Fargo. These guys don't miss these kind of shots. Not on a normal basis anyways. And there you have it. Mario He, once again, ties this ball game up. 6-6 apiece. Him and Jeffrey DeLuna are in a battle here. Going to 9. All right, here we go. Mario He to break. Rack number 13. Tie ball game, 6-6. Going to 9. Winner's bracket action. All right, 9 ball goes down. Look at that 10 ball. Wow. Almost goes in the side pocket. That would be a win. All right, everything looks wide open here. Draw this one off the side rail, back to the center. Gets a little further than he wants. I'm not sure he's trying to get that close to the 2. So he'll hit this ball with high right English, go 2 rails. Back out to the center of the table. Like I said, center of the table is always going to be your best friend. So here, back out to here, and he'd love for it to stop anywhere in this vicinity. Oh, he goes 3 rails with it. But either way, again, that's another personal preference. I've seen most of your high-end pros hit that ball the first option I drew out. Stun it around. Force follow it around. Okay. All right, so going to make this ball in corner and play shape for the 5 in the sides. He's going to go 1 rail back up to the center and shoot the 5 in the same pocket. He can play shape for the 5 in the other side pocket where the 10 ball is if he'd like to. He's got lots of options, and again, this is another personal preference. I believe he can shoot it in the same pocket. Now he goes the opposite direction and shoots it in the opposite corner pocket. Again, like I said, it's personal preference on how you want to roll the cue ball. Now I don't believe he wants to come to the bottom rail on this shot. I really expect him to just draw this ball to the side rail and back out. Leave himself a position sort of like this line, this angle. That way all he has to do is just roll forward on the 6 and go straight towards the 7. Yeah, I really didn't expect him to hit the bottom rail on that. I mean, he's going to be okay with this. But I think I like coming this way better for the 7, but that's not what he's got planned out. He's got planned out just like so. And he would definitely love to be close to straight in on this. And then that's probably close enough. He'll just stun this ball in the pocket and just let the cue ball drift to the right. See, basically what he's thinking right here is, see, this is your straight in line on the 8 ball. So when you choose to make this 7 ball here, you want your line of the cue ball to go at least past this line. That way when you make the 8, your cue ball drifts this way for the 10 in the same pocket that he just made the 7 ball in. And he hits it absolutely perfect. Just like so, like clockwork. Nothing to it the way he do it. Here we go. This is to take the lead once again. And there you have it. Mario, he's leading this race 7-6. All on a poor jump shot from Jeffrey DeLuna off the push that he created, and Mario gave it back to him. That was a very close jump, something that Jeffrey DeLuna really is pretty good at. You guys do me a favor, if you're enjoying the stream, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would share the link to all your friends and family. We got We got great stuff going on here, and we still have a lot of good matches to go. Still have several of the world champions still in it. As you can see, 2 of them right now, Jeffrey DeLuna and Mario He. Both of them playing the Matchroom Sports World Pool Championships and everything else under the sun. Here we go, Jeffrey DeLuna to break. Look how long he will pause before he hits this ball. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like 7, 8 seconds. That's a long time to stay down on the shot. Well, the break at that. But, you know, he's trying to hit it in a special way, and that's what it takes to be good at the break. It's always a learning curve. And I believe Jeffrey has just enough room to make this one ball in the side pocket. And he's probably going to load up with some left English. And I believe if he's feeling this shot, which if I know Jeffrey, and I do know Jeffrey, I really believe he's going to go for this ball in the side pocket with left English and just let the cue ball drift anywhere right there. He's not going to do a lot with it, just enough to get it somewhat in line. And he hit it. Okay, so he's all safety in this one. And that's a really good shot. I really expected Jeffrey to take that shot on, but he didn't like it. Are you on my pay-per-view? I don't see your name on the list. When did you pay? Okay, cool. Would like to give a huge shout out to my oldest son. He's at Livingston Billiards in Lakeland, Florida. Very cool place. You guys ever in that area, you got to stroll by. Christopher Campos in the house. Livingston Billiards. Of course, he's just visiting there. He's on his way back to Jacksonville tomorrow. Probably going to swing by here as well on his way through. What's going on, man? All right, so here we go. Jeffrey DeLuna. It's kind of, oh, he's got ball in hand. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention there. Got a little distracted there. So he's got ball in hand here. There's no way he got ball in hand. Let me go to the side view here. See what we look like. Yeah, this one goes in off the 7. I'm not really sure why he's shooting it like that. Maybe he's mainly just trying to clear a pocket for the 5 ball. And that's probably really good thinking there. That again, that's something that most people won't see. Not really sure if I'd have done that, because that is looking pretty far out. But either way, supposed to be able to do that kind of stuff. And Jeffrey DeLuna pulls it off without a hitch. And looks like we're looking at another tie ball game here. So he's probably, he's got a couple of ways of doing this. Drawing this ball back just a smidget, which is what most of them like to do. Create an angle on the 5 to get back out to the center of the table for the 6. And that's exactly how he plays this ball. So now he's looking at, now that he's got this nice angle, just come back out here, anywhere in this vicinity, and he'll be a happy camper. And he gets perfect on the 6 ball, then you see the 7 right there. So really, it's hard to, it's another one of my sayings. His right arm would probably, in his case, his left arm would probably have to fall off in order not to get out from here. So the only thing you're going to try to do here is make sure he doesn't end up straight in on the 7 ball. So he's perfectly straight in. So right now, if he stopped his cue ball, it looks like he would be perfectly straight in on it. So he's going to need to probably draw it back, or he could force it follow and leave it over here. I like the force follow, and he's just going to draw it straight back, and that's just as good. Again, that's another one of those personal preferences. So he got the perfect angle that he wanted to make the 7 in the side and just come up here with high English. And he don't care if he gets straight in on the 9 ball, because he can just draw it straight back for the 10 in the opposite corner. And that's good enough. Now he'll just stun this ball to the side rail. Putting the 9 ball right here. He won't hit it too hard. He's got a little bit of angle on it, so it's going to be a smooth stroke here. And there you have it. Nicely done by Jeffrey DeLuna. Ties this ball game up once again, 7-7. And there you go. We have a match, folks. Like I said at the very beginning, we are looking at a hill thriller, y'all. Get your share on. Still have a lot of great matches to go. Heard that nice and clear on the mic, wherever that is. All right, here we go. Mario Heat a break. Rack number 15 and counting. All right, so Mario's losing a little bit on his break here. He was very fortunate to get a ball to go in. As you can see, his cue ball kind of did something kind of weird there. But I do believe he's got a shot here on the 1 ball just past the 2. And if that's the case, he's going to slow roll this ball, send the cue ball to the side row where the side pocket is, and drift it back out. He wouldn't mind, even if he got, well, let's see, probably the same angle. He's probably going to be looking at getting the same angle that he's got on the 1 ball right now that he wants to get on the 2 ball as well. Wow. It's really surprised to see him hit that ball that hard. I expected him to slow roll that ball. Jeffrey DeLuna really should make him pay for this error. That was definitely a mental error on his part. Well, he's got some navigation to do here on the 1. All right, I like that shot. I wasn't really thinking that at the very beginning. I probably would have seen it if I was down at the table. But he can slice this one ball in the side there, put some solid forward spin on the cue ball, and that will push it right into the 4. Now, you don't want to push it to where it's going to tie it up with the 3, so you're just going to use the 4 ball just to stop the cue, and that's about it. About like so. Hits it dead perfect. Everything still goes. There's nothing tied up. So Jeffrey DeLuna is looking pretty good here. I think he needs to get one more great position shot, and I believe the 2 ball is going to be the one to get on the 3 ball right here. If he gets anywhere in this vicinity for the 3 ball, he'll be able to make the 3 in the corner, and he would like to drift off the 3 this vicinity to guarantee him an angle to get on the 5 ball. So let's see if he gets the first one done right here. Just going to be a stun. Basically, he's trying to get the cue ball just a hair past where it is now. So about somewhere in this vicinity. Not trying to mark the screen up too bad. Now, I don't really have a chat here, so if you guys don't mind, I mean, you want to post something on Facebook, let me know what you guys think about the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. And Jeffrey's swinging this cue ball, and that's a pretty good shot there. As you can tell, he still gets the cue ball somewhat around where I had the marker at. He didn't get, I don't think he got quite as straight as he wanted, but I do believe he's still good enough. So the angle that he has right now, I don't believe he can just stun this ball. So I believe he's going to be sending the cue ball to the side rail, making sure he creates an angle on the 4 that's going to lead him to the 5. Just like so. And I think that's pretty good. He's got just enough room. Slice this ball in the pocket here and run this cue ball. He doesn't want, I don't believe he wants to get, actually he probably does. He's probably going to try to get this cue ball on the rail. He doesn't have to. He can get anywhere where my line is, but I think if he gets it on the rail, that's going to give him nice 2-rail position for the 6 ball up top here. And he hit it absolutely perfect. I know he's not on the rail, but it's like first cousins. High English, back out to the center of the table, and he's going to be 11 life after this. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Absolutely perfect. Can't ask for a better spot than this. All right, so the 8 does go in the side pocket. So he'll be doing his absolute best to get at least straight in. This is straight in. He wants to be here or here. Either one. He does not want to be way over there. But I think he's okay. This will still give him a straight in line, I believe. All right, so he'll just take the draw shot, try to draw it anywhere over in this vicinity. Just like so. All right, there you go. High English. Off the rail. Yes, he does want to get straight on the 10 ball. So he's stunning it, so he's going like this. And that's close enough to being straight in. That's like first cousins. And Jeffrey DeLuna is going to get on the hill first here, folks. There's no way this 10 ball is not going in that pocket. And there you have it. Jeffrey DeLuna reaches the hill first. You guys get your share on. Great stuff here. All right, here we go, folks. Jeffrey DeLuna on the hill leading this match 8-7 against Mario He. Let's count how many seconds he actually stays down here once again. I've never seen him stay down on the break as long. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 seconds. That is really strange. I've never seen anybody stay down on the break that long. All right, so he comes up dry, and Mario He doesn't really have anything offensive, so you can expect him to play a really good, strong safety here. So if it were me, looking at the table, this is what I'm doing. Thinning this one ball right here, and I would like to send this with a lot of right English and make sure I get right here. This is where I want to put my cue ball. Leave the one ball anywhere on this side of the table. Let's see how he does it. And he hits it super thin. So he's using the two balls right here as blockers. And that's a good shot. Wanted to make sure he maintained control of the one ball, which is really good. And I probably would have played the same thing if I was down on the table really realistically looking at the shot. So DeLuna's got to come up here and try to make something happen, prevent Mario He from joining the hill with him. DeLuna does not want to see a heel thriller, although everybody else would love to see a heel thriller, except for the guys that got him in the player auction. All right, so let's see what's going to happen here. Will he call the 10 ball? I don't think he... No, I don't really see any reward here. So he's going to be forced to go. I think just he can go one rail and kick this ball. Kick the one way over here. He's looking at the kick shot. The only thing about this shot here, there is a lot of balls in the way here, so he's got to make sure he hits this pretty clean, because if he hits one of these other balls, that means he's going to have to hit it really hard and make sure something gets a rail after contact. But he's going to be playing precise position, so he wants it right here. Just like so. Just like so. He needs to get right here behind the 3, and I don't think he got there. Very tough. Yeah, he does actually have him behind the 3 ball just a little bit. So Mario, he's going to be looking at probably banking this ball. More than likely, he's going to bank the ball here and try to get the cue ball right here. He can even afford to hit this one ball a little harder, and we'll extend our reach right here. So really, anywhere in this vicinity is going to be golden for Mario He, as long as he gets the cue ball right here. I don't really expect to see him thin this ball. If nothing else, he'll bank this ball completely. But I don't. It depends on how much of this one ball that he can actually see. I mean, if you ask me, I think looking at this line, see if I can draw it pretty straight. Looking at this line, he's got a full hit on the ball. So with that being said, he can bank this ball up here and leave the cue ball anywhere down here. So let's see what he decides to do. This is a very important shot here. He does not want to give Jeffrey DeLuna any kind of look at this one ball, because he knows if he does, he might be at the disadvantage here. So he's going to take his sweet time on this particular shot, because this is a very sensitive shot right here. If you don't get it right, then you're pretty much giving up the match. Everything pretty much has a pocket to go in. It's just all about getting that first open real opportunity. All right, here we go. Let's see what he decides. He's got a few options here, and I believe he's trying to get behind the 9 or the 3, and I believe he's got a decent safety here. Actually, I think Jeffrey DeLuna can actually see the edge of this ball right through the gap. Bam. Now, what he can do with this is a different story. So if he's got the right line, he'll just put the 1 ball down here and just try to get the cue ball to go back this way and get in a mix with this cluster of balls. And he doesn't like that line, so he's going 1 rail, try to kick this ball in. All right, he's got a good outcome here, I believe. Needs to stop. I believe that cue ball came out just enough for Mario Ojeda to have a shot. It looks very close. The 7 ball may have a sliver of this shot here. Yeah, I do believe the 7's got a little bit of this shot here, so he's going to be forced to kick this ball up table. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong with this shot. If he can thin this ball, which he may be able to, thin this ball just like this and send the cue ball back up table, the 1's going to go here and then come over here. He's calling the pocket, so he may have he may have to spin this ball just a little bit. I think with if he hit this with low with a touch of right English, it's going to swerve around this 7 ball like so and then drift into position. It'll be a slow spin. He won't hit this too hard. If he hits it just right, the cue ball should stay down there and he'll have a shot at the 2 in the side pocket. So let's see how he hits it. Doesn't look like he's putting a whole lot of right on it, maybe just a touch. So he probably only needs to go by. Look at that. He just barely, he actually had too much spin on that ball. That ball curved in a little too much, and it didn't look like he had a whole lot of spin on it. But it certainly went, it did definitely go around that 7 ball. There's no way he had that much of that 1 ball to hit. Otherwise, he would have never hit it quite like that. All right, so DeLuna comes to the table, and he's thinking about going for this shot, but I don't think he will. The safety, to me, is much easier. I think if he can just push this 1 ball past the 6 like so, he'd like to get it anywhere in this vicinity right here. The cue ball should go this way, and he'd love to get locked up behind this 8 ball. And that might be asking for a little much, but let's see what he decides to do. Again, very sensitive start to this last, what could be the last rack of the match. So every shot is very important to make sure you execute it absolutely perfect. It looks like he might be trying to skim off the top of the 1, but I think the 6 is in a way for that shot. So I don't believe he's going to be doing it that way. I believe he's going to have to push the 1 up table. And he'd like to hit somewhere in that vicinity of the 9 ball. He might even, I don't expect him to call this shot. And that's about, I guess that's about, well, he is calling it just in case he makes it. And I don't really like that shot. I think he needs to go all out and just play safe. And he might be calling it just for sake. In case he gets lucky and makes it, he'll still have the opportunity at the table to make the right decision on the next step. So let's see. His goal is to get behind the 10. And he didn't quite get there behind the 10, but he does have a couple blockers. And luckily, the 1 did not hang in front of the pocket, so I don't think there's a chance for Mario to kick this in from the right side rail. So Mario's got his work cut out for him still. There's not too many paths to hit this 1 ball, and I believe that's his only path right there to go to the side rail. And if he hits it too full in the face, he could easily double kiss and scratch. If he double kisses this shot, he's almost guaranteed to scratch in the corner pocket with the cue ball. He might not have no choice but to hit it the way he's got to hit it. I think he would love to hit the top of this one and send it behind the 9. Yeah, there's not much of a ward. I don't know why he was lining up to that side of the ball to begin with. But Jeffrey DeLuna has a shot here. Now he's going to have to power stroke this ball. This 2 ball, I mean, it does go in the top right corner. He could easily, I'm not going to, well, I probably shouldn't use that word, easily. But he could put some, depending on how he puts the spin on the cue ball, he could force it just a hair above center with the touch of right and just force it just like so. And he might even be able to just force it over here. But I think the shot is to do a force follow, go like so, all the way out. See what Jeffrey decides to do. I think he's going to force follow this ball all the way around the table. Just like so. And yeah, and that's what he tried to do. He tried to get around that 4, but that angle was a little too straight. I think he probably needed a little bit more right spin on that ball to get it to bite a little bit harder as it hit that side rail. And he's blaming it on the rail. Either way, at least he's still at the table, and Jeffrey's going to come up here, and he may be able to just slow roll this ball or not. I thought he might slow roll it and leave the cue ball behind the 5, but that might not be there. So he's going to be looking at cross banking the 2 and getting the cue ball under cover, maybe under the 6. Okay, he did slow roll this shot. Nicely done by Jeffrey DeLuna. That's kind of what I figured he would try to do to begin with. It didn't look like, it was hard to tell if he had that line. Didn't know if he could do that without running into the 5 ball with the 2. The good thing about this shot here for Mario He is the 2 did line up with the 8 ball, so I expect him to go at least 1 rail, if not 2. If he goes 2 rails to where he's standing at, he's going to need to hit just before the side pocket, and he's going to have a real opportunity of making this 8 ball, so you can bet he's going to call the 8 ball just in case he hits this really good. So I expect him to go like so, and it needs to hit about right here. So as you can see, that's dangerous. But if he comes off just right and hits it right here, he's got a good shot at making this 8 ball. What's up, young lady? Hi. Hi. What are you doing? Being nosy. Being nosy? Oh, looking at some of my artwork. So DeLuna's on the hill, and they've been having a serious safety battle here for the last probably 10 shots, all on the 1 ball. Well, it was on the 1 ball first. Now they just started on the 2 ball. So Mario left an open shot on the 1 ball, but Jeffrey really didn't have a whole lot to do with it. And so he makes the 1 and not have a shot on the 2, so he plays safe on the 2. So this is the first safety on the 2. And Mario's got a really good chance of going 2 rails with this and possibly making the 8. But at the same time, if he doesn't make the 8, more than likely he's going to be selling out, and Jeffrey DeLuna is going to take this match down. So let's see what the outcome's going to be here. And he hits it, I mean, absolutely right where I had it marked. So I thought I did pretty good on that. Maybe his speed was a little too fast on that, and lengthened it off the second rail, causing it to hit the other side of the 2 ball. So Jeffrey DeLuna is sitting really nice here. I don't see there's no more trouble to be had here. So really Jeffrey should hit this ball in the corner and just hit it with bottom right English and get back out to the middle of the table. Anywhere in this vicinity, Jeffrey's going to be golden, and I don't see any other issues here. 6 and 7, more than likely, depending on the angle he gets on the 6 ball. He'll probably play the 7 in the same side pocket, or he could play it in the upper corner up there. Lots of options here. Did I lose Jeffrey? Did we take a timeout here? Let me switch screens here. See where did our player go? He must have took a timeout. She needs X to go away. Tell Janine's X to go away. That fucking guy is a jerk. All right, here we go. Jeffrey DeLuna. Probably took a break to compose himself. Make sure he stays mentally under control here. On the hill. Mickey Eminem standing right in front of him. Really surprising that he's there. We are a packed house here, by the way. Standing room only, pretty much. All right, Jeffrey DeLuna. I don't see any other issues here. High English with the touch of right. Get straight in on the 5. And that's beautiful. He's not straight in, but he's like first cousins. So he'll just stun this ball. He'll stun it. It doesn't really matter if he gets straight in on the 6 ball. He's got lots of room to work with. 6 in the side. If he gets perfectly straight in, he'll shoot the 7 in the bottom left corner here. Stop his cue ball. If he really likes it, which I mean I don't really see any issue with it. If he gets the perfect line on the 7, he could draw it straight back. Doesn't matter if he gets on the rail. The 8 is not really on the rail, so he's got lots of options here. Like I said, probably the biggest issue here is to make sure he gets the right line on the 9 to get him back up table for the 10. Other than that, I don't really see any issues here. Right here, it's about where he needed to be. And I believe he's perfectly straight. So he might just touch this ball and let the cue ball roll just one ball whiz forward and gets dead straight. All right, he's not liking it, so he's going to go ahead and draw it over. I don't really know why he wants to do that, but he likes shooting this 7 ball in the side pocket as well, which I called that earlier in the match. But really, I mean, that's excessive movement of the cue ball, but who does it better than these guys? All right, so he won't be going up table for the 8 ball. I don't believe. I believe he's a little too straight on the 7 to do that. So, I mean, he could if he wanted to, but I don't expect him to do that. If anything, he might roll maybe a half a foot at most. Certainly wouldn't go past this mark right here with the cue ball. So he looked like he's gearing up to force follow. Let's see if he does that. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you got that line, that looks good. So now he's got a nice, very nice rolling English position shot here for the 9 ball. And this is where he wants to be. That way he can shoot the 9 here and come back across table for the 10. And that's exactly what he's got. He's got the perfect angle here on the 9 ball. I believe he will make this cue ball hit this second rail to bounce into position for the 10 ball for this pocket right here. X marks the spot. And this is to take this match and stay in the winner's bracket side of the 10 ball. And he does hit the rail, just like I say. And he's absolutely perfect. And there you have it, folks. Mario He concedes the last 10 ball of the match. Jeffrey DeLuna shooting some jam up pool right now. And he takes this match down.